I've always just liked warrior type of shit. Maybe it goes back to being like a fantasy nerd or something like that. I've just always loved swords, knives, guns, and just like how kind of like the sword is like the universal symbol for man. And that's always what I thought was so fascinating about tattooing, is that you're connecting to this universal timeline, just being a savage and just living for yourself and saying fuck the world. You know, that's always been part of the way I felt as well. I live my life by the Highlander code. Yeah, there can be only one. Whoa. Keeping it brutal. Where's my motherfucking dead all?
Troy's personality can kind of overwhelm people. He just looked like this super tough, crazy guy. Just an intense person like that. I think people are surprised to see that he's actually really good at tattooing too. Like, how could you be this character and be a really talented artist?
Fucking tight!
It's cool, right?
Troy's tattoo style show his personality though. Super wild. You know, super powerful and strong. That's the way tattoos should look, you know?
Troy's known for a style that's refined, Japanese style, and everything's oversized, like everything's bigger than normal, which is really, to me, more powerful. I'm trying to do that myself. Everything just has like a thickness to it, a toughness to it.
I've always just been so in love with that style. You know, it's so simple and yet really elegant. American Japanese is its own style as well. You know, like our American interpretations of that style is its own animal. The subject matter may be the same to like an outsider, but the application and everything is definitely, I think, what makes it American style. Hard outline, hard black color. You know, and I definitely am not like one of these American guys that gets out there wearing a kimono and fucking, you know, being ridiculous and trying to be Japanese. You know, I think the tattoos look really cool and I like a lot of elements of that culture, but I'm pretty solid with my own identity.
I first met Troy in, I think it was like 2002 or 2003 at New York Adorned when I was assisting there. When you first meet him, Troy isn't like this like boisterous kind of like, he's like kind of quiet until he kind of warms up and then he's just in his own world.
The foo dog on the ribs is awesome. Can you cover up the package? Can you cover up your dick and then like so we can get the full?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you want me
like
to do that?
Like pull your pants down.
You can do that.
Hold on, what do you want me to do?
I'll hold it, dude. I'll cover it with my head. You know what I'm talking, dude? Come on.
Like that?
Yeah, but pull it down further. Yes. Now a little bit further. I love that tattoo. Can I get a photo?
Yeah, it's a dope tattoo.
Take them off.
Troy, he's brilliant, really. I mean, he's one of the funniest people I know. I mean, I say this sincerely, like he's just a brilliant guy.
Ben, you son of a bitch.
Troy had arrived in New York City to start working at Adorned. We worked together. We sort of shared the we're new to New York City excitement. Troy's just an animated guy. Yeah, he doesn't punch the air ever. Not that I can ever. Well, yeah, he does actually do that. He really does. We worked together at Adorned, and he just decided he wanted to work for himself. I mean, he's a man. You know, he really wanted to like have his own legacy. He can't really sit still for too long. And working at the same shop for years doesn't really suit his personality. I think he really needed to go out and figure out what he could do.
Oh, it looks so good. It's exciting. This one's got to be like here. I never really wanted to own a tattoo shop. My friends at the time that had previously owned shops and then had just given them up, they seem to reflect on it kind of negatively. And they're like, it's better to just be free and just do your thing. But somebody else's experience doesn't have to be yours. Like, you always have the opportunity to change things and make them differently. So I initially anticipated just being a one-person show. You know, within a week, there was already people beating down the door like these hungry kids. you know, that really wanted to up their game and like move on to somewhere new. And so now in hindsight, it's like the best thing I've ever done.
How long you been in this location?
6 years.
When the shop opened, I initially was just the assistant. I was floor bitch. I was getting their coffees, trying to clean up after these guys, which was a 27-hour-a-day job. Each person had their very own identity. I was kind of like wrestling them all into their job all the time.
A lot of man heat back here. Man heat.
When you go in to visit Troy, he definitely has an entourage. People get tattooed by him and they end up just hanging out with him a lot because he's fun, you know. He's definitely got an ongoing sort of party.
Invisible, I always say, is like no other shop in the world. Troy, I think his personality is absolutely reflected in that shop. There's no rules. I could see people getting really offended sometimes when they're in there just because you can say whatever you want to say at any time.
For some reason, gay men always think it's a really cool way to show me tattoos is to bring me porno. It's got like a scene with a dude with a tattoo that they want in it, and they somehow think that you are going to watch that video to see that tattoo somehow. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
This shop is always fun, even during the day. It's always something's going on. Yeah, because of the Troy's personality though. He's a wild man. Super wild man.
Who was that dude from Philly? He had like a bunch of bullet holes in him, and his whole body was like girls sucking dick and like shit like that. Did you ever see that guy? And then it was like, you know, his belly button was like chick bending over, like where you could stick, you know, your finger in the butt, and like all this kind of stuff. But I was always amazed, like just the balls of, so to be like, no man, dude, totally. I want like you to be able to stick your thumb in her butt. Little break. We're almost done for today. You're like, damn right we are, samurai mama.
Troy is very ADD in a lot of ways. I used to always, oh look at Troy, it's a magazine break. Time for magazine break, because he would just always take a break and get up and he'd just walk around for a second, sit down and start reading magazines right in the couch next to me. Yeah. What are you doing? Get back to work.
Oh, Troy, while he's tattooing someone, you're in for the long haul because you'll start getting tattooed. In the middle of a line, he'll just get up and make you watch a YouTube video. He'll get up and he'll put a Joe Frank hour-long rant that no one else can listen to but Troy.
He threw wild parties that sometimes lasted entire weekends. People smoked pot, downed various psychedelic drugs, did lines of coke, and drank until they passed out.
He's crazy, but the thing is, the end result is amazing. I've always said, like, he's like a real, true artist in the sense of he's just crazy as hell. He's a free bird, man, you can't cage him.
He's just hyperactive in his mind. He'll work really, really hard, and then he'll want to go out and celebrate.
We almost ready?
Hey, Dan.
Let's go. Ikimashou.
He's just full on in every direction, and it's great. It's really, actually, really fun to be around.
Thank you.
You want to get in front, Kiku? How you doing? We're going to 9th Street and 3rd Avenue. I moved to New York with these ambitions of like taking over the city, being like, you know, I'm just gonna work, I'm gonna put my nose to the grindstone, I'm gonna do the best work of my career. I barely drank, I didn't go out, I definitely didn't go to bars at all. After one night being in the hot ass fucking sweatbox apartment with my dog, Garver calls me up. He's like, "Hey Holmes, we're at a bar right down the street." And I was like, "Dude, I'm there. I gotta get the fuck out of here."
Oh, there's a potato salad, my favorite.
Potato.
I think we eat the most Japanese food in any tattoo shop. No, don't you think? Why am I getting this? It's not a drop.
How can you describe Troy as a person? He loves living. He loves living every minute to the fullest, and it's hard to keep up with him sometimes, I will admit. I've tried. Usually I tap out.
When we started the apprenticeship, it was the same exact week that he was getting divorced. Like that's the week that everything changed. It was called, like we always joke at Invisible, we call it the dark period. He would just disappear days on end, and I'd be like calling him frantically, like have his appointment sitting there staring at me, and I'd be like, Troy, where are you? Him being hungover in a lot of cases just loosened him up and made him take way more chances.
I forced myself to have to perform over this course of time when my lifestyle was kind of out of control. So I was really like backed up on drawings and had a lot of clients coming in from out of town and stuff, and I was unprepared. But, you know, even though my personal life was crazy at the time, I was still, you know, had an obligation to them to make it, you know, make their tattoos nice. So, you know, I just sat down and I was like, all right, I got to figure out how to do this quick. So I figured out a system to actually draw stuff up fairly quickly, you know, without a lot of preliminary preparation, you know, and do it in a way that I would be happy with it when they had their return visits to finish. Cool, cool, cool. All right, you ready?
He comes in and just draws right on the guy and has a conversation with someone while he's doing it, and it's just who he is. He's been doing it for so long, he's just a master of it, you know. Yeah, he's a party animal, but he's also equally all business.
I've learned a lot of lessons about myself being a kind of mentor and a business owner. To me, like, you know, in Invisible NYC, the relationship I have with these other artists, that itself is going to be my life's work.
I definitely think Troy sees his guys as his family. I've never seen him get jealous of anybody doing well. So I assume that it's just kind of a fatherly kind of thing. He just wants them to do well, and he gets really excited when they do.
That looks cool.
Yeah, I'm actually excited.
That looks cool, dude. Oh my God, Jeb's totally tattooing me right now. Oh, you're using my method. Doing lines where there isn't one.
Yeah. I learned from the best.
Oh, you fucked up. I'm just kidding. Look at how good that is. That looks great.
Thanks, man.
I love it.
Cool, man.
Jeb, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me do that. Man.
That's so cool. I'm so happy I have that. You know, this image has really meant a lot to me because Jeb is my student. And, you know, the student is kind of the turtle in the sense that, like, he's kind of like a turtle head poking out, kind of like a penis. Through my tutelage, I wanted him to become a tortoise and just really stick his neck all the way out there and not get flipped over, I hope.
I'm not getting flipped over.